Ever wondered how to build mobile apps using React Native? Dive into the fascinating world of mobile app development with us and unravel the mystery of React Native, a popular framework used by developers worldwide. React Native gets its name from its parent company, Facebook's React, and it's a JavaScript framework for writing real, natively rendering mobile applications for iOS and Android. It's based on React, Facebook's JavaScript library for building user interfaces, but instead of targeting the browser, it targets mobile platforms. So how does one go about creating a simple app using React Native? It's a straightforward process, and it all begins with setting up the development environment. Firstly, install Node.js, NPM, and Watchman. Node.js is what will run the JavaScript code. NPM, which stands for Node Package Manager, is a tool that will manage the dependencies for the app. Watchman is a tool by Facebook for watching changes in the file system. Secondly, install Xcode or Android Studio, depending on the platform you're developing for. These tools have all the necessary software to emulate the app on your computer and to install it on your device. Once the setup is complete, it's time to create a new React Native project. Use the command line to navigate to the directory where you want to store your project, and then run a single command that generates a new React Native project. Now let's get to the fun part. Coding. Open the project in your favorite text editor. You'll see a bunch of files and folders, but the main file you'll be working with is app.js, which is where the application's code lives. The beauty of React Native is that it uses components. Components are like the building blocks of your application. Each component has its own logic and controls how it renders. You start by importing the necessary components from the React Native library. Then, you define your own component, which will inherit properties from the base component class. This is where the magic happens. You define your component's behavior in the render function, and what it shows on the screen is determined by what this function returns. Once you've coded your app, it's time to run it. Go back to the command line, make sure you're in your project directory, and then run the appropriate command to launch the emulator and your app. In a nutshell, building an app with React Native involves setting up your development environment, creating a new project, writing your code, and then running your app. It's a process that may seem daunting at first, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes second nature. In this video, we've covered the basics of setting up a React Native environment, creating a new project, understanding the structure of a React Native app, coding with components, and running the app. Remember, practice makes perfect. The more you code, the better you'll get. So why not start today? Unleash your creativity, code something amazing, and watch it come to life with React Native.